Effect House 4.7 just dropped and we all got access to the audio from microphone node. Let's take a look at how we can implement something in our projects with this node. To access this node, we go into our visual scripting, right click and click add node, and we search it microphone. And we'll see audio from microphone. This is this node here. Now, for it to work, at least properly with the microphone, we want to output this to one of three detection modes. So we've got the animal sound detection, we've got keyword detection, and we've got pitch detection. Three awesome ways to go about it. Now, unless the users are really good beatboxers, the beat detection and other detection nodes may not be appropriate for this node, but you can definitely still use it in those nodes. So let's try the keyword detection node first and make sure we have a proper format for this. Now, you might think this is enough, but when you add such a node, a detection node, you need to make sure that the audio stream outputs to something, whether it's a speaker, which doesn't make sense since we're using the microphone, or a detection output. This way it won't bother trying to play any sound back, even though it can't with the microphone. Now, the keyword detection node, the way this particular node works is that you input a string of a phrase that it's going to try and recognize. Now we can use the word hello, and if we want to add multiple words, we can separate them with a comma followed by a space and the word good, for example. So we've got two keywords here. This receives an input, so you could potentially have this be dynamic, change and receive things from an array, for example. Now, that being said, once the word is detected, you will have an execution from this output event here. And you can also at that same time find out which of the two words it detected. Not a big concern right now, but let's just make something happen. So I'm going to create a 2D screen image and I'll just have it turned off by default. And all I'll say is when we detect a word, whether it's the word hello or good, it's going to set visible this screen image. So we'll just set it to true. And then we'll say, oh, you know what, after you do that, let's just wait for half a second and set visible that same node back to false. So we're going to just turn this screen image on, half a second later, turn it back off whenever any word is detected. Now, for us to test this, we can't actually do it within Effect House. We have to go to our cell phone in preview mode to test it there. Hello. Good. Bad. As you can see, it's that simple to use one of these detection nodes. Now, we just tested this out with our nice little keyword detection, but let's try one of the different detection modes. Let's go with pitch detection. So we'll go from the audio from microphone, go to the audio section, we'll go to pitch detection. Now, pitch detection, once again, the audio stream output, just like our other ones, needs to output to something. So our audio detection output will be our most performant option. Now, the pitch value doesn't have any execution, so how do we use this? Well, that's up to you. How do you want to handle this? So let's say how we can use this number. So I'm going to turn on our screen image that I had on earlier. Let's make this a bit smaller. And let's just say we are going to set the vertical position of our little image here up and down according to some detected pitch value. So we'll say, okay, screen image, let's set position. So we'll set the position node here, and this will occur on update, for example. This could occur when you're recording a video, for example, as well, if you prefer, but we'll just go with this. And we'll say, okay, the pitch value. What are the pitch values that we can get? We can get some pretty high values, so we need to understand kind of what output our pitch does. So as you can see here, it says the pitch values, it can range from 45 hertz to 650 hertz. That's not actually very true. I've seen numbers be lower and higher than that. So -1 is what it reads out when there's nothing detected from the microphone. But let's say we can clamp these values and start using them accordingly. So let's say our screen image, the lowest we want this to be in the Y is perhaps down here, and that's going to be -360, and the highest we want it to be is like 450. As you can see, the Y value is changing. So let's go with something like that. So we'll use a remap from our pitch value, and we'll say the lowest input it says is about 45 is probably the lowest you'll get from any person. 650 is usually the highest you'll get from most people. And we'll say the output min is negative 350 and positive 450, for example. And then we'll clamp these so it doesn't go outside of these ranges. And we're going to combine that into a vector 2, make sure the x stays at 0, and put that into our screen position. So now what this will do is it's going to take the pitch value and it's going to say, okay, the minimum is supposed to be 45, max is supposed to be 650. So this is about the range a human can make a sound. And we will take that and remap it to between negative 350 and positive 450. We'll use that in a combined node of vector 2 and make that the y value of it, and simply set the screen position to that y value. And this is going to occur on update, so constantly happening, having a screen image move up and down according to the pitch of our voice that's detected. So let's hop on to the mobile phone and test that out. Finally, let's check out the animal sound detection node. So again, from our audio from microphone, we're going to go to the animal sound detection node. And once again, this needs the audio stream to output to something. So detection output is what we'll go with. And we'll listen, for example, the moo sound of a cow. Now, this is actually listening for a cow mooing, not us humans simply making the sound moo. So this similarity value is going to be pretty stringent. So I'm going to play a video of a cow mooing just to try and trick it. So similarity value number array. So we want to get item from array. Index 0, it's going to hear the first sound and say, how similar is this to our learned cow moo sound? And we'll say if this is greater than, let's say, 0.5, that means a cow mooing is being heard. And so we'll just put this to a set visibility node. And this is going to simply have our screen image turn on and off according to whether or not it's hearing a cow moo. That's it. So I'm going to put this to an update node, and right by default, obviously, it will be off because it's not hearing anything. So let's hop onto our phone to test this out. We're just going to go over to preview on TikTok and test this out. Thank you for checking out this tutorial.